Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing what I thought of the latest and slightly improved episode of Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, which dropped its newest episode yesterday. I finally had a chance to watch it, which is why I'm now giving you my episode review. Gotta say, it was a slight improvement over the last episode, but it was still lacking in a bit parts, and I'll get to that in a minute. But before I get to all of that, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you're not caught up on Monarch Legacy of Monsters by this episode, which I believe is episode 5 of Season 1, you do not want to keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. First and foremost, a slight improvement over the previous episode, but not by much, if I'm being honest. It was another backstory-filled episode, but this backstory actually felt relevant to the show because it dealt with the trauma and the fallout of G-Day, which was the day Godzilla and the Mutos first appeared and had their brawl in San Francisco. As we saw, Kate was there. She lost a busload of her kids, not her own children, but her school kids, to Godzilla's rampage. Inadvertently, of course. Godzilla didn't mean to kill or hurt anybody, but they were lost in during his entanglement on the Golden Gate Bridge. So clearly she's traumatized from that, still dealing or not dealing with that. And then apparently she had a girlfriend who was also a fellow teacher, and things seemingly did not end well between them because during their evacuation, it was teased or implied that Kate was cheating on her with another woman. And the girlfriend, the other school teacher, seemed to suspect that, but gave Kate a chance to admit it, but Kate never did, and then they parted, so who knows if the girlfriend, the school teacher, survived the events of G-Day or not. And I'm sure that not knowing is just eating away at Kate along with her PTSD of losing her students in the bus. So the flashbacks and the backstory for Kate were actually interesting, unlike Kentaro's backstory from the last episode, which frankly wasn't very interesting and boring. The only redeeming thing about the previous episode was we got to see Kurt Russell's character go head-to-head with the scary ice-breathing Titan that the group encountered in the Arctic. Speaking of Kurt Russell, he's apparently a prisoner of Monarch now, but he clearly knows the deputy director, and he's calling out Monarch on their bullshit. And it also seems like they need him almost. Like, I don't think they're going to kill him or nothing like that. They're not that nefarious of an organization, but they need him because they need either Bill Randa's files or they need to know what Hiroshi is up to, Kate and Kentaro's dad. And it was cool seeing the flashbacks to the Godzilla 2014 film via Kate and her traumatic memories. We got to meet Kate's mom, who I believe is of Karate Kid fame, Tamlin Tomita. She was also in the first season of Star Trek Picard, which I really liked her in as well. It was cool seeing her here in a Godzilla installment as well, so that was pretty cool. But overall, this episode was a slight improvement over the previous one, but not by much, which isn't saying very much. You know, it was lacking in monsters, but we did get some remotely interesting backstory with one of our lead characters. And we also got some answers, too. They got a clue to where their dad could next be found, which is somewhere in Africa, apparently. And what he's tracking or following, who the hell knows. I sure hope in the next couple of episodes, which I believe we have 5 left, I sure hope in the next batch of episodes we get back to the flashbacks with young Lee Shaw and a young Bill Randa and Keiko again, because I miss seeing them, because I like all those characters and I liked the episodes they've been in so far. So I wish we would get back to the flashbacks, because the show, in my opinion, was doing very well with the balancing of the flashbacks, cutting to the past and the present. They need to get back to that, because they haven't had that for the two most recent episodes, and I think the show's hurting because of it. Not going to judge too harshly because we're only halfway through it. And I'm sure the next 5 will hopefully be a big improvement, so only time will tell, and we'll see. But other than that, that's what I thought of the latest episode. What did you guys think? Did you like this episode? Did you think it was an improvement over the previous episode? Why or why not? Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments section. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Monarch Legacy of Monsters drops new episodes every Friday on Apple TV. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks again for watching. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.